Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, Honky Stonk, Stinkbait, Nathaniel, Copter, Yo Jim. What's up, Chris? Welcome. It looks like everybody's still slowly filing in here. I have not taken a trade yet this evening. What a transition. Yeah. Yeah, someone mentioned the other night that they... what's up, Stefan? What's up, Tactic? How are you? Someone mentioned the other night that they like the chill vibe a little bit more. What's up, Sid? What's up, Danny Boy? Trader Higgs? Welcome. People still filing in. Today was actually an easy day for me. It was one trade, one and done. I took the long from... What's up, Dope Book Futures? How are you? I took the long from 120. I've adjusted these levels a little bit slightly to account for previous all-time highs up here at 112. So I kind of want that in this box at this point. So my box is now at 110 to 130, but today it was 100 to 120. 120 held this morning. Hey, what's up, Harry? Welcome. So I took the long on the hold of 120 and got out at 180. This level I had down at 180 to 200 to start the day. So I just targeted level to level, one trade done, 60 points, and wrapped it up. So it was actually a nice, easy day for me today. Where we're at currently looks very, very familiar to last night. Does it not? What's up, Darth? What's up, Mo? Looks like everybody's still filing in. Nathaniel. Yeah, Globex is all the trading hours in between 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard and London Open. That's what we consider quote-unquote Globex session. So Asia markets, Australia markets, New Zealand. What's up, Zen Zen? How are you? Casual Wes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess I don't really normally wear a ball cap, huh? What's up, RC Dad? How are you? Yeah, so when you hear Globex session, Nathaniel, that's what everybody's referencing. It's just, hey, Randy, welcome. It's just a generalization for futures traders. We call it Globex sessions, or at least here in America, we call it Globex session. Yeah, Zen Zen, yeah, first time you saw me in a cap. A great late night. That's a first. That's a first, Darth. That is definitely a first. I have no one's ever told me that. I don't know. You guys make it easy. You guys make the conversation easy. Like I said, it's the chat that drives this channel. So, give yourself the props. Yeah, Nathaniel. So Asia opens here in about 7 minutes. So 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the start of Asia session. Just interview traders a few times a week, Darth. So here's what I've noticed, right? In the analytics, like the YouTube side of things, when you do the deep dive on the analytics, on my channel, for some reason, when I have guests on, there's some of they don't perform as well as the solo streams, for whatever the reason being. I don't know if it's just because it's the WesleyEmeraldGate channel and people are just expecting to have full access to me. You know, I don't know what the reason is. But they don't perform as well for whatever reason. What's up, Jeff? So from a business side of things, I like the idea of having guests on. Yeah, I'm surprised too, actually. Oh, nice, Ryan. Another flip night? GG's. We have to dress like Teletubbies, Copter says. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know why they don't perform as well. Like I said, maybe it's because there's not as much chat engagement and it's more, the people on the cameras doing the talking. I'm not sure what the reason behind it is. I've always liked the idea of having, the collab streams and whatnot, but you do lose that chat engagement, right? Like people ask questions, they get passed on because you're in mid conversation paying attention to the guest or whatever the case may be. Avasek, you're new here? Well, welcome to the channel first and foremost. Thanks for tuning in. Secondly, I mainly trade NQ futures, the Nasdaq futures. But we'll have a look at probably gold. You'll probably see gold get brought up tonight. Gold tends to move around pretty well during the Asia session. What's up, Streetsy? How are ya? What's up, Z? So we'll look at gold. I do have ES charts up over here. I do have YM and RTY kind of hidden down here. These typically don't move a whole lot during the Asia session at all. Last night we had kind of a wild night where it was dead for a long period of time, and then I stepped off camera for a second, and I came back and it was 60 points up and just continued. Oh, I have a sec. You like trading gold? I know, Z. Someone messaged me on Discord, and they were like, "Bro, end of stream, like movement again." Oh, it's 5:30 in the morning there, Avasek. Where you at? You in India? Trader Higgs, gold for life. Yeah, people like gold because it moves around. What's up, Dave? I haven't traded it a whole lot, so let me preface it by saying that I'm not real comfortable on gold. You probably won't see me take a trade on gold, but we'll talk about it. I'll give what my technical analysis is on it at the meantime. Yeah, Randy, it was crazy. It's crazy. Like Every time I step away, the market moved. And look at where we're at tonight. Like, we're right back where we were. Got to end the 9 to 5 life. Yeah, that's the general sentiment here on this channel for most people. Fighting to end the 9 to 5. NQ gonna pump to 25K tonight. I don't know about that, Copter. We fully retraced that move from last night. We do have earnings season has kicked off. The banks, some of the banks reported today. We have more news tomorrow. We got Fed talk still the rest of the week, and then we have consumer sentiment at the end of the week. It wasn't a great CPI print, but it was roughly in line. So, Z, what do I think is going to happen, or what do I want to happen? Because what I'd like to have happen, and this is just me, I would like price to pull back to this daily 20 at a minimum. Preferably 22,600. Do I think we're going to get that? No, probably not tonight. Probably not tonight. I think the market's back in balance. We're probably going to see a lot like we did last night. Why did gold pump for like 50 pips and fall back? Yeah, Avasek, you'll notice on news releases like that, there will be like an impulse move, but then the market will always correct itself. So a lot of times what you'll see is that initial move will get fully retraced and then price will settle back where it started from, no matter what ticker you're looking at, for the most part. Unless it's like an earnings play on an individual stock, more often than not. Hey, what's up, Megamind? How are you? What's up, Nahal? You'll see it oftentimes just retrace that impulse move. Not all the time, but the majority of the time it will. What's up, Brain? How are you? But what I would really like to see this roll over. Like, we are so far overextended over these major moving averages. We need a pullback. This is insanity, right? Like, what do we get to? 23,230-ish. So we've really done nothing but gone straight up for, I don't know, 7,000 points on the Nasdaq since April. So, yeah, Brain, I did. What's up, Sadesh? Oh, yeah, cheers, Avashek. Any questions that you have, if I know the answer, I will provide the answer. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. Brain, I had a good day. I had a one trade day, one and done, $1,200, one mini. Nahal, ideally, I like to buy from the top. So if you're looking at my, the gray boxes that I have drawn here, the areas that I denote as key areas or where I want to execute from, my longs, I ideally like to be placed at or around these top extremes of these boxes. The shorts, I ideally like to be operating from the bottom extreme of these boxes. Yes, Willie, please. Keep saying that, please. We need that pullback so bad. So bad. Hey, what's up, Roman? Nice. GG's. One more day? Yeah, Brain, I mean, it was a tradable range. I just, I kind of felt like it could be choppy in between that 120 to 200 range. And I took the one nice play early off of 120, back up to 180 and got out and just said, you know what? I'm not feeling this today. I'm just going to step away and take my one trade and be done. Avishag. So let me see what I'm seeing here. It's looking very, I mean, there's kind of a shelf here at 33.30 a little bit. Looking very bear flaggy, I guess would be the correct term. But I don't know. I mean, gold seems to like to trend for periods, but it's like in a range. It's kind of different. I'm not used to it. But the leverage is so high on gold that it's hard to trade minis. Like, you almost have to trade micros. if you don't have a really large account. Oh, guys, this price action looks so familiar. This price action looks so familiar. Yeah, Brain, I was happy with what I saw this morning. My pre-market was here. I'll pull over my pre-market trading plan so you guys can see what I was seeing. Um, this was my read today. So key level was 23,100. Previous all-time highs was at 23,112. Entry level for long was 23,120. Short was 23,100. Target 1 was 23,180. And then 230 was the second target. This got tapped, I think, in the pre-market or just after the open. So I waited for that pullback. And then I think this target on the short side got tapped as well at the end of the day. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I wasn't around. But that was my pre-market trading plan. So I stuck to my plan. Investors market about to tank. You think so? I hope so. We need a pullback. Bad. It's just we have been in a buy the dip situation for way too long. Way too long. So how'd you guys trade today? Let me know in the chat. Brain. So it's only available for YouTube channel members, the people who purchase the $5 a month subscription. That was kind of the perk, that the way to incentivize people purchasing, that I could give it back, that I could pay it back, you know, where the $5 is worth it. So they're the only ones who have access to my pre-market trading plans. But I will pull the, like, you don't have to purchase them, right? It's just, I've been doing them for so long, 2 years, something like that, 3 years at this point. But it was a way to incentivize those channel memberships, because YouTube loves those for whatever reason. And that was really all I could think of to give back to those people that do that. Yeah, like one trade from those trading plans I figured would pay back, you know, almost a lifetime worth of that membership. So that was the one thing I could do to incentivize the channel membership purchases. Like I said, it's $5 a month. One trade from that trading plan generally pays it back. Z, do I know anything about AlgoBox? No, I don't. I've never checked it out. I've seen it on my YouTube feed, but I've never really like looked at it. It just looks like a lot of noise, you know? It looks like a ton of noise. I like to simplify things, and that's way too much going on. Faraz, can you please tell me how much target you should keep for a trade? You usually don't move your stop loss or target, but most of the time market returns from 60 to 70% of your take profit, and you get into losses. Faraz, the easy solution to that, keep your targets the same, move your stop to break even, or lock in at least a small green once you see green on the trade. Don't just not play with. I know everybody tells you don't play with your stops. I'm the opposite side of that. If you see green on a trade, don't let it go red on you. Like, just, you know, obviously within reason, but if you're, you know, 15, 20 points up on a trade on NQ, don't let it come back on you. Hey, Harry, thanks for the membership purchase. Make sure that you link your YouTube account to your Discord profile. Make sure that you're obviously a member of Level Up trading community, and you'll have access to my pre-market trading plans each morning. No, Z, I've never really traded with Haikanashi. We call it Heineken Ashi. I've never. What's up, DS? How are you? I've never really traded with it. It's good for momentum traders, right? Like I guess if you're a momentum kind of trader, it's great for that because it will definitely give you a good indication of reversals coming in. Nathaniel, you have to, in order to get access to my pre-market trading plans, it requires the purchase of a membership to my YouTube channel. Only those that have the membership purchases have access to them. Every now and again, I'll put out a freebie on the Discord. Like, you don't have to purchase them, right? It's just, it was a way to incentivize the channel membership purchases. But you don't have to do it. It's not something that's forced. It was just a way for me to reward those people that do. Kevin, so I post a chart with those pre-market trading plans every morning. So you'll have access to my charts and everything that I'm seeing pre-market. And the trade that I'm looking at as well. You'll have full access to what I'm seeing going into New York Open. But guys, I mean, without giving away too much, obviously, you guys tune in the live streams, right? Just mark these levels that you see on my chart on your charts, and start watching them. You know, it'll give you an idea about how accurate I am or not. And just see how the market reacts as it comes into these areas, you know. Nahal, so the trader pivots I use, the trader pivots I use as points of interest. I don't necessarily like to execute from them, but the market does have a reaction. The market does have a reaction at them most of the time because this is the oldest trick in the book. Floor trader pivots have been being used since on the floor. That's why they're called floor trader pivots. So they're kind of points of interest. So if, say, I was short from 23K, I would look for my take profit 1 to be at this 960 area, the S1 pivot, you know, but my full target would be 920, level to level. So it's really just a point of interest. If it starts to reverse here, I would probably take profits. Okay, Z, you were listening to someone today on Finance Show, and he was saying that market makers either make money or are given the option to be released or get out of the trade without a loss. I don't know about that. I'm not sure. I don't know that. That's the first that I've heard that. Market makers are there to fill the, you know, if there's not a retail trader or a bank on the other side of it, they're there to fill those orders. That's what they're there for. No, it's just in queue right now. But I can start doing ES. I don't really trade gold, so I would be the worst to build a trading plan around gold. But as we continue on here, I will expand it a little bit so that you guys have more tickers to look at than just NQ. NQ is just what I normally trade, right? Like, it's what I know best. It's what I'm probably going to be most accurate on. ES, I do have levels as well. I do have them on YM too. ES looks something like this on an hourly right now for me. So you can see I do have levels there. Like, they are drawn on. I just don't trade it a whole lot. So I do chart it up. I just don't develop a pre-market trading plan based on it because I don't really trade it. Please mark the entry points and stop loss also for your trades so that we can also follow according to our risk management. Avishek, let me preface this by saying, don't copy my trades. You will get wrecked. But you can kind of tell you can see where my entry is at, right? My stop is always at or around the opposite extreme of these gray boxes. So say I was long from 23,020, my stop would be at 23K or just below. So I'm generally risking 20 to 25 points on a given position on NQ. Investors, market about to give us 50 points to the downside? I hope so. I sure hope so. That would be ideal. But the trading plans are there so that you guys can kind of see how I go about my pre-market analysis and how I develop or how I'm like looking for one area to execute from. And if price never gets there, then I don't trade. What's up, Pieter? How are you? But I usually am pretty patient and wait for price to come to me. You know what I did before? What did I do before, Pieter? Faraz, you want my reviews on indicators? I don't use a lot of indicators. The only indicators that I have on my chart, right, are volume profile and floor trader pivots. And then I've recently implemented opening range. So for RTH, it's a 15-minute opening range, which is these purple lines. And then the blue lines that you see here are the 30-minute Asia session opening range. Z, so on my friend Goose's Glizzy Clipper, he uses harmonic wave patterns, kind of like an RSI or a MACD for you know, momentum. Hey, thanks for the sub, Pablo. Appreciate you. Oh, you saw me in Pines? Yeah, Piter. I popped over there to show my support for sure. Pine's a good dude. You'll see me pop in there from time to time and say hello. Whitley, Al Brooks is disturbingly underrated. Yeah, Al Brooks is good. Mo, I'm not sure. An NVIDIA China conference tonight? I'm not sure about that. I will have to look into it real quick. It appears at midnight Eastern. So in about 4 hours, yes, it looks like there is. It looks like Jensen speaks. So for those of you that are still awake at that time or still trading, just be on alert in about 4 hours. You made an AI bot called Wes. All it tells you to do is full port. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing what you're seeing, Pieter. This. Geez, the music's having problems tonight. All right. Well, it looks like we got about 175 people. We got a talking Fed right now, Kaz. Great. Great. If we can pull back up to around the mid 90s and see rejection step in, I'm not opposed to trying a short. If this thing just flushes out, I'm probably going to get left behind, but I don't want an entry down here because the snapback could be nasty. Back above 23K if buyers choose to buy right below 23K. Moxie, how best to use volume profile? So it depends on which volume profile you're looking at. Like, I just like to look for how price reacts at these high volume areas. The valleys that you see in the volume profile, generally price moves rapidly through. So if you see price get back above the shelf on the volume profile, generally we're going to go to where the next high volume area is concerned, is located. Obviously this is only documenting the volume that's been put in since the Asia Open right now. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, there's points of interest within the volume profile. Obviously, you have value area high, value area low. You've got point of control. So there are points within the peaks and valleys that will develop. But that's pretty much how I use volume profile. Yeah, Brain, I'm right there with you. Like big psychological levels, I do not like operating around 23K. You saw what happened when I did it last night. I felt like I was in that trade for 25 minutes, and what did I get? 5 points out of it on the short at 23K? And then the market decided, hey, we're going to go up 180 points. I mean, this was a good short up here from 23,020 if you caught it. Yeah, Kaz, that's a good entry right now. Because you obviously you can have your stop just above 23K and be perfectly fine. Willie, no, I didn't. I didn't take the glizzy. We were live for it. Everybody saw it print, but man, that's a scary scary short into 180 points of upside. Especially when it's like Nvidia driven. You never know where that thing's gonna go to. People trade it like a meme stock. Oh, investors, you're thinking this snaps? Yeah, I could see that happening as well. I mean, ES is looking kind of weak right now too. Let's see where the interest is. Yeah, I mean, there's more interest to the downside now than there is back to the upside. It's kind of split, but there's definitely more interest down into here. So you're right. That 940 target looks good and safe, I would think. Honky Stonk, 11 Eastern Standard? What do you mean? Z, would I call this a bear flag? I mean, I would just call this a descending channel at this point. It hasn't really... There's no, like, shelf, so to speak. Generally, what you like to see in bear flag is you like to see the full move play out to the downside, and then it to retrace back up for a percentage of that move, and then another snap down, another leg down. I mean, I guess some people would call it a bear flag, but it's a really ugly looking flag. Really ugly. All right, we almost got 200 people in here now, guys. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Wes, full-time futures trader. Welcome to the channel. If you want to support the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you guys could, smash that thumbs up button for me for the YouTube algorithm. This channel's been on a wild ride the last month or two, and I can't thank you all enough for tuning in every night. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable ride that we're on. I'm hoping that we get a move back up to like the midnight, like overnight lows here from last night. Get this retest kind of, and then the sell-off happens. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Pro Fast Guy, no, I don't like longs right here. For a long, for me, what I would need to see at this point, because of all this selling pressure, I would need to see the reclaim above this level and it to be holding above 23,020 for myself. But that's just me, right? Could the market go up from here? Sure, it could. What I don't want to see is back-to-back 5-minute dojis. I can tell you that. I don't want to see that. If that's the case, guys, I'm going to step off the camera for 5 minutes and see if I can induce some market movement, since it apparently works. Mamba, I took the 120 long, 23,120, and wrote it up to 180. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning downside, Pro Fast Guy, right now. I'm looking for a short entry. I would like a little pullback up to 23K to test it one more time and hold below, like around last night's lows, and see if we can get rejection and some sellers to step in. But I don't just want to short lows. I'm not a breakout trader. Step away from the screen and chances are you're in profit. Yeah. Why is it every time I go live, guys, this market just dies? What's gold doing? Doing pretty much the same thing? Going sideways? So this is more like a bear flag to me. Just to give you a heads up. I forgot who asked this. But this is looking more like a bear flag. You know, you have the pennant forming. You have a shelf to the top side that's seeing rejections. Basically, what you would do is draw a trend line down on the bottom side of this channel. And if price broke below the trend line, that you would hit the short for another leg down. But it's looking like gold might come back up here to test this 33.48 area, maybe. So a $10 move to the top side, I wouldn't be opposed to that on gold. Like up into this. Yeah, Kevin, it's the The problem is the short's going to come out of nowhere. It's just going to snap at a certain point. And I don't know when that is. Let's trade gold, Pieter. I don't know. That's a lot of risk. I mean, it's not really moving either, though. Very slow. Very, very slow. I mean, we've been in like a $3 range here for... These are 15-minute candles. Keep that in mind. We've been in a $3 range for an hour. Over an hour. Yeah, Luminous, it just won't snap right now. This is kind of what happened last night, guys. But you remember, out of nowhere, the Nvidia news hit and the market was crazy. Hey, thanks, SK. Yeah, guys, if you could, if you hit that thumbs up button for me. Looks like ES might want, let's see, what level is this? 62.60-ish. So another $6 down. Looks like 62.75 rejected. And that's why I don't play breakouts. Right there. Wow, we almost got 220 people in here right now. I know it's still early. It's still early in this in the stream as well. We've only been live for about 30 minutes. Ripping and dipping, going to top that 300 mark of last night. Yeah, what did we peak at last night? I want to say it was like 313 people in the stream at one time. That was definitely a record stream for me as far as concurrent viewers are concerned. We had a little over 2K views total on the stream last night. Breakouts, yeah, I don't like playing breakouts. I like to wait for confirmation. There's been too many times where it runs, you know, the lows by a couple points and then snaps back on you 15 and reverses. I'm just not a fan of the breakout plays. Zen, do you mean this volume profile? I have 100,000 viewers right now. YouTube is hiding it. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That would be insane. This is the overnight volume profile. This is the Asia session volume profile that's forming that you see on the right-hand side. Taylor, so these levels have been here for a while. You can see how far back they go. So I don't plot them right as I'm going into the... Like, major support and resistance levels don't change a whole lot, Taylor. Just to give you a heads up, like they kind of stay the same because they're based on higher time frame analysis for the most part. You just do minor tweaking on the lower time frames to account for recent price action. But they don't change a whole lot, so you can kind of just draw them on and leave them on your charts. And when price trades them again, you know what areas to pay attention to. But they don't change a whole lot. You know, you might move up one level 20 points here and there, but not a whole lot. Frank, I'd like to get into a short position, but I'd like it from higher. Taylor, so I use all the time frames, but I use a top-down approach. So I start on the 4-hour and find where price has tested from both the top and bottom side a lot, like where you see a lot of wick action, where you see swing highs, a lot of swing highs and a lot of swing lows, testing that area and holding. And I'll mark those as a line on my chart on the 4-hour, up and down price. And then I'll go down to the 1-hour and see roughly where, if it's doing the same thing on the 1-hour, if it looks similar, like if there's multiple tests, the more tests, the better, the stronger the level. And then I'll do my fine tweaking on like the 30-minute and the 15-minute for recent price action over the last week or so. And then I generally like to execute on the 5-minute. The two close pivots. Okay, so this is S1 pivot. The gray line that you see up here is central pivot. This is S1. This is support 2, and this is support 3. The exact prices are denoted here by these gold boxes that you see on my price axis. So S1 is at 960.92, S2 is at 865.08, and S3 is at 22,734.17. Let me catch up here. Running on empty. You've probably been asked this question before. If you had to recommend trading one instrument out of NQ, ES, CL, and GC, which would you suggest? Not depending on strategy, more on risk value. I would say out of those three running on empty, I would trade ES. If I was a beginning trader, I would trade ES just because it moves more fluidly and there's more volume on that symbol. So you're not going to have the sporadic wicks and randomness of the movement on it. It's a lot easier to control your risk on. Like, you're never going to catch a whole lot of slippage on ES on any given position. Just because the books are so thick on that symbol. American Pride. Do I think now is a good 30-minute opening range break trade like the video I saw or that I posted? Oh, you mean the short, the YouTube short that we put out recently? Yeah, so that's more a break and retest play on the opening range break. So, like I said before, I don't like playing breakouts. Yeah, cheers running on empty. I would definitely stick to ES. I like to wait for confirmation. So what I will do is I will wait for the break to happen, and then I'll wait for the pullback into that same level to get traded again, the reoffer, and see if price holds for a long, or to the downside, it would be like a break, a retest, and a hold below. Kind of like what you saw on that YouTube short. Hey, what's up, Rice? Welcome. The two parallel. So you mean brainwash? You mean these levels, the gray boxes that you see? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, what's up, last gig? I'm good. How are you? These are the support and resistance areas that I manually draw on my charts. Brainwash cleaner. So yeah, the reason why you see two lines is all this is, guys, the gray boxes. All it is me drawing a rectangle on my charts and then extending them left and right, changing the color, removing the middle line, and bang, you have a level. Now I can move it around and place it wherever I want to place it. There's nothing real fancy about it. There's no indicator that's going to give that to you or give you these levels. They're kind of just eyeballed looking at the charts. And I draw them on my charts. Yeah, John, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't know how high this goes. Like, we do have a lot of stuff in here in the 30 to 40 region as well. Hey, thanks for the sub, Travell. Appreciate you. Oh, cheers, Brainwash. Of course. Of course. ES is looking like it's trying to reclaim that 6275 area. We'll see if that rejects again, and then that would be a decent area to short. But if it gets back above 6275, the NQ is probably going to be dragged up here to this 23,030 to 23,040 area. And then the short's invalidated for right now. Until you're already long ES? Okay. What'd you buy? 6267, 6266, somewhere around there? Middle of the range below? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're right back in last week's range right now, guys. Like, last night's pump was literally a look above and a fall back into the range once again. So until I've said it before, and I've said it on the previous live streams, really for the past week, until we're below this 780 to 800 area on NQ, I'm still in a buy the dip situation. So I realize we had to look below these lows here, but until we're below this area, I'm gonna be a buy the dip. Once we do crack below this and we're holding below this area, then we can look at some shorts, right? Like, this is a fairly straight up move here from let's see, 22,220-ish to 22,580, 22,600. I do think if we lose this level, this is going to be a good 180 to 200 point short. That's going to be fairly rapid. So this will be the watch when we come down into that area. I've said it multiple times over the last week. That is the optimal short position right now. That's going to be the quickest, easiest short that we're going to see probably in the last couple months. Yeah, Willie, that's exactly what they are. They're just simple support and resistance. And then I have them at 20 points because it defines my risk, right? The way that I look at these 20-point levels, like, you know how the Nas likes to move in those 20-point increments. Basically, I'm defining my risk having it at 20 points. So I'm risking anywhere from 20 to 25 points on a position, ideally. And I say that ideally because I don't always stick to that, because I'm not the world's greatest trader either. But it made it easy for me to recognize visually in my head. Like, guys, I tried every indicator-based strategy out there when I started trading and never found any real success. And the only reason I was able to find success was slowing it way down, simplifying everything, having super clean charts, and easily recognizable areas of interest that I could execute from, and my targets are easily defined, and my risk is easily defined. All right, and I started out trading micros and have just scaled up from there. But for those of you that are new here, I'm not one of these copy trading, sling a bunch of contracts kind of traders, you know. I definitely take things slow. I'm more around the 3 to 5 trades a day max kind of trader. I wait for price to come to me, and then I execute. And if I'm right, great. If I'm wrong, great. I'm wrong quick. Copter. You only trade 10,000 ticks at a time, full port. All right, we are seeing a little bit of rejection. The media realize that's accurate. Like, unless you have this, indicators are lagging. I never heard of a micro. Yeah, I started out on 3 micros. Is how I started trading. But like I said before, when I started trading, my first prop account was with Top Step, and that was shortly after COVID. And at that time, it was a 3-week process just to get through the evaluation. No way was I going to start that thing all over again. So I was going to take it slow, not go back to step 1 and set myself back a month. It was a lot different. You really tried hard to hang on to those accounts. The last thing you wanted to do was fail that account in step 2 near the end of the evaluation process and then have to start all over again. Now they give you the option to pass in a single day. Oh gosh, I don't want to execute from this area, guys. We did this last night. Yeah, volume is not like that's accurate. Volume is not lagging. I mean, you'll watch a lot of like institutional traders when you see interviews with them, and when they look at people's charts, guys. Charts for them, with a bunch of indicators on them, are strictly a marketing tool, right? Like it's what they send to their investors to give some sort of visual of what their quarters look like, right, on their quarterly statements or whatnot. It's not something that they actually use to trade, right? What they care about is price and volume. That is what institutions care about. Big banks. Some of the best traders in the world some of the best traders that I know, pretty much strictly trade from a DOM. They don't even look at a chart. They just look at the DOM. Stealth Trader. Yeah, I use Quant Tower. What you see on your screen is Quant Tower. All of this. Hey, thanks for the sub, Hoffem. Appreciate you. Oh, nice, Luminous. Nice. GG's. Rudkit, yes. You'll have a free full license on Quant Tower or with an Edge Clear account. So you'll have access to the DOM surface, what you see over here, which is similar to Bookmap. You'll be able to connect to multiple accounts at the same time. You'll have all the functionality that you need. You'll be able to load up any kind of chart that you want. TPO charts, the whole 9. Yeah, the media lies. That's accurate. Like, the two most important things in trading are price and volume. It's the two most important things. Yeah, brainwash. Cheers. Like I said, you don't have to purchase a membership, but yeah, that I have to stick to only having my pre-market trading plans for those people. Sly Loose. So what you see over here is basically, well, this is the DOM surface, right? Let me see if I can pull up a DOM for you. What an actual DOM looks like here. And obviously I could add columns to these things. Let's see here. So let's pull up the NQ DOM. So it's depth of market. That's what DOM means. Yeah, Willie. It's your level 2 reading. Let me change the settings on this. Well, in its simplest form, this is showing 10 levels on the DOM. So it's showing you people who are on the ask, people who are on the bid, buyers, sellers, and how many orders are at each price. Does that make sense? But what this doesn't show you is this. These bubbles that you see here. These are real-time aggressive buyers and sellers. Yeah, level 2 is a must. I think, personally, if you're asking me, and I know that the props tell you you don't need it, and that the majority of their traders don't use it, I think level 2 is a must. There's so much hidden there in the books that provides so much value. Like, I can see where the large orders are resting hundreds of points away from current price. So you can kind of get an idea about where the big players in the market are wanting the market to go to. Where their targets are, where their entries are. There's so much value there. There's so much information in the DOM that I think it's almost, I think you have to have it. At a certain point, if you want to be a really good trader, you have to have it. Could you get away with simple price action trading? Yes, you could. But I think if you want to be the type of trader that you want to trade, that you want to be, and you want to get away from like the minute scalping of scalping out 5 to 10 points and be more like a swing trader, think like a swing trader, you got to have level 2. It's imperative. Level 10 full port. Started trading in 96 market eagle. All right, so you've been around, you know. I've been trading for 4 years. The first year I did not have level 2. As soon as I got level 2, everything kind of changed for me. Investors is still gunning for that 955. Paul, Bookmap is level 2. That's a visual representation of the DOM for the most part, with a little addition of being able to see aggressive buyers and sellers in real time. All right, this is starting to look like the short might be coming in here. All right, I think this is I think this might be worth a shot here. We will try the short. Whoop, wrong chart. Thank goodness I had that locked out. That's short. Pull my stop up to put in a trade and walk away. We'll go just above 23,010. If I'm wrong, it'll be a 15-point loss. $300, easily recoverable. Oh, the Market Eagle, cheers. Thank you for the kind words. Like I said, I'm not the world's best trader. I'm not one of these new age ICT guys. I'm very, very old school with my approach. I just try to simplify it as much as possible because my brain, for whatever reason, just does not process data and information as quickly as some apparently. And I do what works for me, right? Like you have to find what works for you. I think you don't have to be the smartest person on earth in order to be successful at it, but you do have to find a strategy and something that suits your style, suits your personality, something that you can easily recognize every day in the charts. I think brainwash, yeah, I think I'm going to target, I actually think I'm going to target a little bit below central pivot. I think I'm going to target like 960-ish. But you saw this aggressive buying kind of getting absorbed here above 23K. It could sweep up one more time and come stop me out, but I think it's worth a shot. Honky Stonk, I use Edge Clear. Edge Clear and Dorman Trading Routing is what I use. Rhythmic live data. Yeah, Willie, I've definitely been one of those people that's always said I'm a much better analyst. Like I'm a much better analyst than I am an actual trader. I'm much better seeing it happen before it happens than I am actually being in the moment and clicking the button and executing. I'm good enough to be profitable. Megamind, I would strictly trade micros if I was you. I would strictly trade micros to start. Great as nothing. Don't let me influence your decision. Don't let me influence your trading. You do you, brother. I could be wrong. You know, I'm here. Here I am doing exactly what I didn't want to do, executing around the psych level 23K. So, just keep that in mind. But all this aggressive buying wasn't able to get price to push up much higher. With this much buying, you would have wanted to see price at least accelerate towards that 23,020 area. It's looking like it's getting absorbed by the sellers right now. We're overextended on the higher time frames. I am expecting a pullback at some point. So I'm probably going to be in short tops mode until we do get that pullback. You want me to step away from the screens? That's the lucky charm. All right. I have to go turn a fan on anyway, so I'll be right back. Didn't work. Oh, Mac, welcome. Surprised you're still awake. Chat, say hello to Mac. He is the editor of this channel. The editor and very good friend. Had to pop in. I was about to say, what time is it your time? Going on 2 a.m.? Dave's like, Mason. Yeah, his name is Mason. Okay, NQ. What are we doing here? I'm probably going to get the stop out. It's just going to chop this 23K level. Oh, yeah, Piter, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I like where my entry's at, right? Like, I'm not far away from the 23K level, and if it does want to snap down, I'm in a good spot. So it's worth the risk, right? I'm looking for 30, 34 points, risking 15. So it's a little over 2 to 1. I'm fine on that. I'm fine taking the 300 on the chin. John, you're in a short 985. You hope that doesn't happen. I mean, losing's a part of trading, guys, right? Like, it's going to happen. You just have to have your risk appropriate. Like, that's it. Thanks for the sub, Jack Group. Appreciate you. Oh, for sure, Knox. For sure, that's a better entry. I'm not willing to give it the full 30 points that I would have to give it, though, in this case. I can always re-enter, but I'm not willing to give it... I'm not willing to take a $600 loss here during the Globex. Carlos, I'll do an RTH stream soon. I promise. It'll be a surprise. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so you know when I go live. Because it won't be a scheduled planned thing. But I'll do an RTH session. It won't be New York Open. It'll probably be, you know, power hour afternoon type stream. But I will do one. Juva, I live in Kentucky, USA. So we got about 240 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like I said, if you're new here, my name is Wes. I'm a full-time futures trader. I've been trading for 4 years. Profitable. Not one of these 7-figure traders, though. And if you're looking to see really active trading, this probably isn't the channel. I'm like a 3 to 5 trades a day kind of guy. But thanks for tuning in. If you want to support the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I live stream during Globex starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard, Sunday through Thursday nights. Thank you for all the love and support. The chat always brings it. We got an amazing community here. So if you want a chill place to hang out during Globex for your trading session, feel free to pop in, say hello in the chat. You can troll me a little bit if you want to. Seymour, yeah, I'm short right now. I'm short right now. I'm not in love with it. Kentucky fantastic trading. Wow, are we actually going to get to 300 tonight? We got 245 in here right now at 9 o'clock, an hour into the stream. So, I mean, we could do it. Need some bourbon? What kind of bourbon do you want, Pieter? What do you want? Maker's Mark? What do you want? Woodford Reserve? You want some Pappy? I'm not really a big drinker, though. Guys, I might have a drink like twice a year, maybe. That or some 1792? Okay. Last gig, it's only 7 in Colorado. Yeah, Juve, it very easily could go back up towards that area, VWAP area. There's not a whole lot of selling going on here either. I probably get wicked out of this trade. In fact, I'm thinking about killing it right now and just taking the, you know, 100 on the chin, but the only indicator you use is VWAP. Yeah, I never found much value in VWAP. I pretty much know about where it is based on the 200 period moving average. They're kind of usually in line, pretty close to 23,012 here. Jeff, you've had my year's worth of... Yeah, I just don't drink a whole lot. Yeah, greatest nothing. You don't put it on because it can't screw you over if it's not there. I mean, this thing is going up. I need to just kill this. It's going to run those highs for sure. There is no sellers present. Yeah, I don't like hangovers at all. Always your VWAP works. Man, buyers are just defending that 23K like their life depends on it right now, aren't they? Oh, nice, Amon. Nice. Yeah, I'm about to get stopped out here. All right, we took the stop out. That was a $294 loss. I'm not going to execute around 23K anymore. Not going to execute around 20. What's up, Dell? What's up, Heath Trading? I'm not going to execute around that level anymore. I'm done with the major psych level executions. It happened last night, too. That 23K, for whatever reason, is just finding buyers. They want to keep this market up. No, last gig, I lost a couple hundred last night. So my last two trades on the live streams have been losses. Oh, cheers, Nathaniel. Man, guys, my music playlist is having issues tonight. Sorry if there was no music during that whole time. I apologize. Hey, Dell. I thought you were subscribed, Dell. Hey, thanks for the sub, Seneca. Appreciate you. Knox, my stop loss was the better entry. It's okay. I'm fine with taking the stop out. I mean, we've got all this volume up here now too, up into almost 23,050. So this could see some more upside. Nice, Sovereignty. Nice. You guys kill it. The chat makes money every night. You guys absolutely crush it. I've never been a really good scalper, right? Like, I've just never been a really good scalper. I'm better with holding for like larger targets. Ripping and dipping, you're down 227. Eh, it's not bad. Knox, let you know if you're wrong. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look. These lows, I see what you're seeing, right? The test from the bottom for the swing high if you're playing a range. I'm just seeing a lot more aggressive buying than I'm seeing selling, and not much absorption here. So I'm thinking that we might be testing higher at this point. And maybe up into here. It's all those Nvidia longs from last night that are holding on for dear life. That's what's happening. They're like, defend. Defend. What else ripped last night? Did AMD rip too? I think AMD ripped as well. Oh, wow, guys. We just went over 2.2K subs. Unreal. This channel is just accelerating. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in each night, man. This is incredible. This little ride that we've been on has been amazing. Unbelievable. Yeah, ES is back up, is right at that 6276 area. Looks like it might want to head back to what is this? Mid 6280s. Congrats, Jack Harlow. Is that what you're saying? I had never heard that before until the other day. Like, I don't know. I don't think I look like Jack Harlow. He is from Louisville, though. American Pride, you're looking for 6290s? Yeah, the upside makes a lot of sense here. Like, now you're seeing larger orders stack in below current price. Oh, it just got pulled. Squanto, it's been good. The chat's been good. Oh, no, Dope Book Futures. Good luck with the build. If you're building it, or if you're just setting it up. Definitely some similarities. What, the curly hair? The curly hair and the beard? Or the facial hair? Why did we think short at support level? Brainwash. We were holding below when I got short. So this technically would mean for me, like this is turning into resistance. It looked heavy. So I'm fine with the trade. It was worth the shot. I did not anticipate buyers stepping in that heavy at 23K this time around. Like my long entries will always be from the top side. Right? Like if price is holding below these areas, it's technically resistance at that point. It's because Jack Harlow is killing it. Is that? I don't know. The man has far more money than me. He's far more talented than me. Market makers were watching us. No, it just was a losing trade. That's all there is to it. That's part of trading, guys. Like, I'm not going to win every trade. It's not going to happen. You know, we all take losses. It's just all about risk management, right? $300 is not that bad. It's 15 points. I can easily make that back. You know, if I take another 300 point or another $300 loser, that'll be it on this account for the day. I'll go to another account. Yeah, exactly, Zen. I mean, if a trader says they're 100% win or they're posting something about 100% win rate strategy. What's up, Tommy? How are ya? They're lying. Plain and simple. They're lying. They're trying to sell you something. Last gig. Why did I call out the 23,050 level? Because of this interest on the DOM up here. You can kind of see interest is flipped from the downside to the top side. The aggressive buying is pushing price higher up into that area. We have a really small break and retest on the 1 minute right now of the 23,020 area. So I would expect this to come up in, yeah, at least up into here. You've got all this yesterday's value area, like all this stuff located right here. So yesterday's value area low. What's up, Indian Burn? How are you? Last gig. No, so this is all pretty much default settings. The only thing that I changed on my DOM surface was the amount of levels that I can see. So I have my DOM levels count set to 500. You can go higher. It's just the data is a lot slower. Like it lags a little bit. But everything else is default. You know, and if I zoom in on my DOM, you can see the orders on the books. You can see the imbalance at price as well. Oh, nice. You're up 438 and you're in a long right now from 62.70. Nice. I mean, really, you have a lot of room on the ES. All the way back up to like the high 62.80s is where I'm seeing the next area. Yeah, Willie, exactly. Right? It's a risk management game at the end of the day. It really is. Got yesterday's point of control up here at 23,053. That seems like a logical target here on NQ. Is that yesterday's POC or is my data wrong? I want to say we traded a lot higher for the majority of the session, right? Like DX feed is weird. Its data is a lot different than Rhythmic. So like whenever I go over to the My Fund of Futures charts, everything's all messed up. Like even the pivots are off. I got central pivot all the way down here at 968. That doesn't make any sense. Good old DX feed. Yeah, like on Rhythmic, central pivot is at 23,091. Oh, Amon, are you scaling in right now? Man, guys, I still can't believe we went over 2.2K subs tonight. This is crazy. Oh, you're out right now? Okay. What are those red bars and what is POC? So, Nick, point of control is where the majority, the highest amount of volume being traded is at on the volume profile. So what price that is located. Hey, thanks, last gig. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm in shock. Smokey, make you some money. I'm down tonight, Smokey. I just got wrecked trying to short below 23K again. I gotta not trade this level. I gotta not trade anywhere remotely close to psych level 23K. And what are the red bars? What do you mean by the red bars? I'm trying to see. Nick Patel. Which red bars are you talking about? Price is doing dirty things right now, guys. Yeah, Smokey, I don't. Are you kidding me with this? Investors, you're still in? Oh, it missed your entry by 2 points, greatest nothing? Or your take profit? Yeah, Randy, like if you're green right now, that's great, guys. That's great. I got faked out. Left side of the screen. Oh, you mean this? Ignore this, actually. This is printing wrong for some reason. This is supposed to be yesterday's volume profile, but it doesn't look accurate at all. So ignore this. In fact, I'll take it off the charts for now, just so it's not there. But that was supposed to be yesterday's volume profile. Holy, are you kidding me? Greatest nothing, you're up 500 on gold, and you should have closed another 300 on MNQ there. Okay, so 40 was your target and it missed you? Or 35 was your target, it looks like? Alright, let's see if we reject that 23,032 was greatest nothing. Okay. Let's see if we reject that 23,020 area again. Knox. What's up, George? Remember, the stop losses are better entries sometimes. Yeah, it be like that sometimes, doesn't it? Like I said, I mean, a 15-point loss is not the end of the day for me. At all. It doesn't affect me emotionally I'm not upset about it. It happens. It's part of trading. Brad, I've seen there's people talking about him into forced resignation. I don't know about firing. I haven't heard anything about that. But who knows? John, you just entered the short. Isn't VWAP somewhere around here? What's up, Salty Puds? How are ya? I'm good. Greatest nothing. VWAP is a figment of I agree with you, actually. I agree with you. VWAP is at 23,002. Here, let's see. I never put this on my charts, but we shall see. Yep, it's at 23,002. So my short entry was actually not that bad. Like, just risk was bad, right? I should have definitely had my stop at like 23,005 on that short entry. Slylu, it's all a matter of personal, where you're at in your trading. 2K is a great week. 2K is a great week. If it's on the profit side of things. If it's on the L side of things, it's not so great. But 2K is a good week. I would consider that a good week. The time is now. I made 1.2K today. During RTH. One trade. I was one and done today. Roman, on the trade tonight or... Oh, nice, John. GG's. Well done. Yeah, like if you could define the range and play the both sides, you could have made a killing today. That 120 to 200 area, or really 180, I'll say. Played back and forth a lot. Trade stream, no. They're generally not that tight. Right, but because I was operating around that 23K psych level and I wasn't real comfortable with that position, I said I didn't want to be there. I kind of kept it tighter. I don't want to... That first trade of the day, I generally don't do 20 to 25 points. During RTH, it moves away from the levels a little bit quicker, so I can go to break even relatively quickly. Like, there's usually a reaction at these extremes in the opposite direction. So it's a little bit easier trading than Globex is. Globex is really slow moving. Okay, a lot of questions just flew by in the chat. Let me scroll back here and catch up. Okay. Roman, what was my initial entry and target on the trade tonight or the trade during RTH? Which trade are you talking about? So just now? So my entry was at, where was I short from, guys? Just above 995? Something like that. I was targeting 960 from here. But buyers stepped in and kind of aggressively pushed price back up on me. All right. Did I miss any questions here in the chat? Let's see. When you make those trades, are your stops? Yeah, okay. I answered that one. And honestly, guys, my stop was not that tight there. I was risking nearly 15 points. I mean, that's not that tight of a stop. It was just a bad entry, a bad trade. It was a loss. It's as simple as that. There's not a lot to it. There wasn't a lot to it at all. It was just a losing trade. I was wrong. Hey, thanks for the sub, Scott. Salty puts, you see bluish or bullish pennant. Is that what you're saying? You see a bullish pennant pattern? So what? Shelf here. Higher lows. Beaks Trader, how many likes? I don't know. How many likes do we have? Yeah, guys, smash that thumbs up button for me. If you could. If you haven't yet. Yeah, I was like, bluish. What are we? Bluish pennant? I don't know what a bluish pennant is. Wes, if I could, if you could speak Spanish, you could say it better. Yeah, I can't speak Spanish. Too funny. Birdman, no, I'm not going long. I'm not going to take another trade. As long as we're chopping this area, I'm not interested in another trade. I took my shot. I lost. When the pennant is sick of the liquidity. Yeah, I took my shot. It was a loser. I'm not interested in playing the chop here again. Just completely not interested. If you're going to take a trade right now, it would be a short from here. Play the range. But I'm just not interested in it anymore. I could have gotten burned really bad last night with the Nvidia news release after the short that I tried from this area last night. And then, well, that trade really never saw any green. I got in and the market pumped. So my read was bad. But we'll hang around. We'll see if we can get price away from this area at some point. If it's just going to chop out, I might not take another trade. It might be an early stream night. Might be an early end to the stream. Which is fine. My streams have been going a long time. Like 3 hour to 4 hour streams every night. That's a grind 5 nights a week. After a full trading day as well. I don't know. We'll see what the numbers look like here in another, half hour or so. If there's more people in here tuning in, the chat's still engaged, the vibes are high, I'll stick around for a while. Beaks, that's how I'm gonna grow the channel. Yeah. Trade stream. My method for taking trades. Is it a specific style? Yeah, I mean, I'm a support and resistance trader. Oh, no, no, no. I'm definitely not an ICT guy. I'm not an ICT concepts guy. $158 sell order just filled, American Pride. Yeah, no, I mean, you can consider me a support and resistance trader. I guess if you're trying to pick a style. Attila, big volume on ES. At 62.76. Can I support you as the market resists you making money? Copter says. You down with ICT? No, not me. The buy. Oh man. I don't know. I'm of the mindset like use whatever strategy makes you money, guys. I'm not gonna be one to sit here and trash ICT or people that trade as concepts. You know, if you find something that's making you money that your brain relates to that allows you to recognize patterns in the market and you're able to capitalize on it, by all means use it. You know. What size order just popped up here at 30? It's just a 50 block. ICT, I can't trade. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't even realize I left VWAP on my charts. Let me get this off of here real quick. I'm sure Greatest Nothing was like cringing as he saw that on the charts. Yeah, guys, just find something that works for you that you can easily recognize. You know, even if it's just one setup and just only trade that one setup. You know? Saw what? It doesn't exist. Oh, all the cryptos. Yeah, the crypto boys and girls have been banking recently. They've been completely banking. Yeah, everyone trades differently. Squanto, you're right. I mean, that's kind of why I just do my own thing, no matter what the chat's saying. I've learned to kind of just tune it out. There's still that. Okay, are they seeing something that I'm not kind of deal? Max, I took a loser about, I don't know, what would you guys say? 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago? I was short from 995 area, and the thing just ripped as soon as I got in. Took a 15-point loss, a little less than 15 points. Today, during RTH, I took one trade. It was a winner. It was a long from 120 to 180. Nobody. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You're never gonna see me rage. You'll see. You might see frustration from time to time, but you're never gonna see me rage. It'll be more like one of those, oh come on kind of deals. Hulk out. No, it's just not in my personality. Like, even in real life, no one really ever sees me get heated. I'm usually good at harnessing that. That's how you get views. Yeah. I don't want those kinds of views though, right? Because when you start raging like that on camera, you get the wrong kinds of people in your chat. You know, the kinds of people that you guys wouldn't take kindly to in my chat. Let's put it that way, right? Like you would, it would turn the chat. The chat would not be as good as it is right now. Please do not become a narcissist, arrogant. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh, what's up, Pine Tree? How are ya? How'd you end up trading tonight? How was the stream? Squanto, they approved mine. So they approved mine actually relatively quick. I know people said it takes the full 5 days. I passed my eval in 3 days with Take Profit Trader, and they approved it by the next morning. But this was like a couple months ago. Down 6 points, all good. Yeah, yeah. I just took a 15-point L. I tried the short. I thought we were holding below 23K here. I knew better than to be operating from this psych level. Market reversed on me in a hurry. People have said that you do have to trade 5 days. Others have passed in less than 5 days. I don't know. It's like up in the air. It's weird. So mine was like day 4 that they passed me. I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake on their part, but I've had there have been other traders in my Discord that they've passed early too. I will say the rules said it is 5 trading days. When I signed up for the evaluation, the rules said it was 5 trading days, but they gave me the funded on day 4. So maybe I slipped through the cracks or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Copter, you're long targeting 23,050. I mean, I don't hate it. Oh, George, you can take as long. You can take as long as you want. Yeah, see, Pine Tree. So they've passed you before the 5 days as well. Like I said, I don't understand it. I've had people that have passed after 3 days. They gave me mine after 4 days, but other people say it's 5. Oh, nice, Indian Burn. Cheers. GG's. Yeah, that's a Banana Bread Trades thing. He was the one who introduced me to the Keltner channel, so he deserves all the credit there. But yeah, Pine, they passed me after 4. I don't know, and a few other people in my Discord they passed prior to 5 days, and then others that they've made wait the 5 days. So I don't fully understand it. Willie, it doesn't bother me so much anymore, right? Like, if you're in need of making that money, right, well, first of all, if you're in desperate need of money, you shouldn't be trading anyway to make that money, right? But B, I'm at a point in my trading now where I don't really take a whole lot of payouts anymore because I don't need to. Like, I have enough money in my bank, so I just kind of leave them in there because it goes in as unrealized, you know, when it comes tax time. So I might pay myself 2-3 times a year, just a big chunk, and then keep a big balance in the accounts. But if you need that money, you know, I would say daily payouts are the way to go. It's a really nice feature. But most of the props offer it once you get moved to live anyway. You're at daily payouts regardless. But I would say have enough to leave yourself a buffer. Generally, 5 trading days is not that long to wait. I mean, that's 1 payout a week, right? Most people that trade, even on the daily payouts, aren't requesting every day. Uh, 23,080. I mean, honestly, if we break out of this level, central pivot would be my next. So 23,090-ish. Apex is still 8 days, Willie. George, yes. Yes, to your question about multi-bracket orders on multiple accounts. George, Quantower has a copy trader built in. Apex is trash. Hate the intraday. Yeah, Roman. So you'll find that once funded on Take Profit Trader, you kind of have those Apex rules where you have the intraday trailing until you're past the buffer. So just keep that in mind if you ever, you know, go towards Take Profit. My funded futures and Top Step don't have that intraday. I'm not sure about Trade Day, or Lucid doesn't have the intraday. Trade of 8 doesn't support. Yeah, George, you have full functionality in Quantower. No matter anything that you want to do, as far as prop trading is concerned, you can do. Oh, Pine Tree. So they have both. Okay, so you have intraday, intra, or static. Yeah, Beaks, it's once you're funded on Take Profit Trader that you have that intraday. During the evaluation phase or the test phase, it's not there. But as soon as you're funded, you do have intraday trailing. All right, guys, we got 250 plus people in here. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Wes. I'm a full-time futures trader. I live stream every Globex session starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you want to come and hang out and support the channel. Chat's always amazing. The vibes are always high. We try to be good traders, not always successful at it. What's up, Mudman? How are you? Yeah, it's definitely nighttime for me. It's 10 to 10 my time, Eastern Standard. Feel free to hit that long button. No, I'm good. You got a lot of stuff that it's got to fight through here. Recently, TPT has gone end of day on Pro Plus, which is sweet. Never made any sense going to live with intraday. Yeah, Pine, I agree. The intraday trailing is just, it's one of those rules that really shouldn't exist. right? They kind of bait you into saying, hey, it's for the trader's benefit. No, it's not. It's so you can force more failures. Like we can see what you're doing. Like, let's just face facts. It's there to mess traders up and to force more failures, to force more resets so they can make more money, right? Like, that's why it's there. Let's just be real. NQ just made equal. Yeah, it's going to need to get further away, right? Like, here's the one trade that I see right now. It's going to need to come up here, probably test this 23,050 area, come back down and hold above 23,020 for me to be interested in a long. That's what I'm going to have to see in order for me to take this position. I'm not getting short from here. I'm not getting short until we're firmly holding below that 23K area. But I'm also not taking the long until we have that exhaustion on this move up, the pull back in, and buyers to step in somewhere around here. Can I call Papa Trump? I mean, volume's just dead right now. The interest is definitely higher on the books, right? Interest up into that 50 area and even a little beyond that. Making a cup and saucer. But yeah, this is the only long position that I see. Would be the move up, extend higher, come back and hold above 23,020 for the long. About to get a nice 4-hour hammer. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what, 23.1, 23,090, 23,100. Yeah, Nox, I'm kind of with you. I kind of want to see what I just described. That's the ideal move that I'd like to see. I come up here to around 50, reject, come back down to 23,020 and hold above for the long. A copter. Can we just blast to 25,000? I mean, ES is back above 62.76. It's looking like high 62.80s, 62.90 to me. Maybe even above there. But it is just so slow right now. How can you tell if a chart is looking weak? I mean, basically you're trying to see a lot of volume being put in and it not making new highs. I know people say that all the time, and everybody's definition is a little bit something different. But yeah, it's volume based. You've been doing 1 hour eating window? Hey, thanks for the sub, Johan. Appreciate you. "1 hour eating window, it is wicked." I don't even understand what that means. Slick Rick, I can't trade this, but I also can't trade New York without blowing it, so what gives? Oh, okay. No eating for 23 hours. So you're on a 24-hour fast. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Or a 23-hour fast. Intermittent fasting, I guess. Nate says try London. Yeah, Max, I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with you. Wow, we got almost 260 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, considering that subscribe button. Also, we do have a free trading Discord. We aren't selling you any courses or mentorships. It's just a nice, chill place to hang out, talk trading during the trading sessions. It's called Level Up. Link in the description down below the video if you'd like to join. Lots of good traders in there, better traders than myself. It's a nice, cool place to hang out during a trading session. I know trading can be lonely at times. And I know a lot of places that you tune into, you're getting sold a course or being forced to purchase things. That's not what we're doing here. Same thing with the stream. I'm Electro, feeling very bearish. Volume is so low. Yeah, I'm just not going to get into a trade. I took my shot. I took a loss. I'll make it back tomorrow morning when conditions are more ideal. You'll sell me something, trade stream? All right. You don't know what you're going to sell me, but you'll sell me something? All right. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, thanks for the channel membership purchase, Powell. Make sure you link your YouTube account to your Discord profile and join Level Up, and you'll have access to my pre-market trading plans. I thought I would step away there and it might work this time. Last night must have just been a one-off thing where every time I stepped away, the market moved. Not happening tonight, apparently. It depends, Rice. Like, I'm not so much concerned about time. If it's within the last half hour before market open, like if it's from that 9 to 9:30 slot, I'm not going to take a trade. Hey, thanks for the sub, Jay. I appreciate you. I generally won't get involved if it's that last half hour. But if I'm in a position, you know, from 7 a.m. or 7:30 and I'm in large profits and I don't see a reason to get out, I'm not going to get out of that. I'm not just going to drop the position because it's regular trading hours all of a sudden. Because a lot of times what you'll see is a sweep high, a sweep low, and then the move happens, right? Like it grabs as much liquidity on the open as it possibly can and then rips to one side or the other. So if I'm in a good position, I'll hold that position. Obviously with appropriate stops in place. But that last half hour before New York opening bell, or 9:30 Eastern, I'm generally not getting into a position. I'll wait that out. I'm not one of these people that puts a trade on in the first few seconds in hopes for a spike. I know some people have like 15-second or 10-second opening ranges on their charts. I just think that's absurd. That's crazy trading. That's crazy trading. That would give me a heart attack. DJ, you're taking a stab short here? 33.5? Okay. Don't jinx it. Wix, you take trades in the like right at the opening bell? Whatever keeps the adrenaline going. Yeah, some people love to trade like that. They love to trade emotionally. I'm not one of those people. I hate it. 2-tick opening range break. Or are you even a trader, Yo Jim says. Yeah, I don't enjoy it. I've gotten wrecked too many times trying that approach. Every now and then you'll hit that nice immediate opening bell pump and where it just runs and never comes back, but that's so rare. It's so rare that it's just not worth it for me to even try it. I'm not selling any course. There's no courses here. There's no mentorship program. There's none of that. I mean, come on. Do you really want my course? I'm down $290 on the session. Yeah, you wait for IB to form. It's not the first 15 minutes for me, right? Like, if I see something set up at one of my levels, I'll take it within that first, 10 minutes. But that initial surge, that initial volume surge that you see at the open, where price is going up and down 40 points, I don't like that. We go up, we go down, we go sideways. Now give me $99 a month, Tommy says. That's about right. I mean, that's about right. That's about right. Wow, we still got 250 people in here. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are the entire reason why this channel is seeing the success that it's seeing recently, and I can't thank you enough. You make my nights enjoyable. Yeah, Willie, that's about right. Order flow is rarely dependable off the open as far as imbalances go. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, price is just seeking out liquidity. Squanto, the Keltner channel, I'm not 100% fluent on the Keltner channel, right? Like, I really just have it on my charts for the Glizzy Clipper indicator itself. But I want to say it's similar to, like, your VWAP with your VWAP bands and standard deviations. I want to say these are kind of standard deviations away from the 200 period moving average, which is this blue line that you see. So it's similar to like Bollinger Bands or VWAP bands. But Banana Bread Trades has a pretty good video on it on his channel. I would go reference his channel for that kind of stuff. Look at his Glizzy Clipper indicator tutorial video. It's about 20 to 30 minutes long, where he explains everything in great detail about the indicator itself and explains the Keltner channel and its settings that he uses for it. But I've never really traded the Keltners. I really just have it on for this indicator itself. Yeah, cheers, Squanto. $23,000. Armando, I trade minis. I trade minis. If you're a beginning trader, I recommend trading micros. But the only reason I trade minis is because my account balances are healthy. They're established. But welcome to the channel, Armando. I'm glad you're here. Today marks 2 weeks of not missing a stream. Hey, Squanto, nice. I'm happy you're here. You're a valuable part of this community. All of you guys are. Hey, later, American Pride. Enjoy your evening. What is my opinion? It's all volume, Salty Puts. Like when people are mentioning liquidity, it's areas of volume. It's areas of volume. Hey, DJ, thank you. Thanks for the kind words. You guys provide the vibes, though. I just happen to be a face in front of the camera. I make taking losses less lonely. Yeah, trading can be lonely, right? That's another big reason why we have the channel. It's a lonely space. You know, we're sitting in a room by ourselves. Hopefully this community fills that kind of void. That, you know, you have a sense of family almost. A good place to hang out and talk trading and joke with one another while we watch really slow markets during Globex session recently, except for last night. Last night was an outlier. But I'm glad you guys are here every night, man. The vibes are always high. You make my nights enjoyable. Like I said, I never traded Globex sessions till we started doing the streams at nighttime 2 months ago. So it's a little bit different for me trading this time. I'm still getting used to it. Matt Kors is saying volume is past and liquidity is where it is going. I mean, it's all volume. It's all volume. An in-person meetup would be dope. Yeah, I would. I mean, eventually we'll do a meetup at some point. I assure you. It'll be a little bit down the line, obviously. That'll have to be well planned, well in advance. Armando, I take trades during Globex. I've taken trades. I took a trade tonight. I took a loser. I lost. I'm down $290 on the session tonight. Hey, thanks for the sub, Into. Appreciate you. Or Intuition, I guess it would be. The media lies. You want to do Vegas? Zen, you're in Ohio. So Karam. No, so I don't really pay attention to risk to reward so much because it varies trade to trade. My risk is usually generally the same for the most part. So my risk is defined, but my targets are, you know, you can kind of see how I trade. I've explained this 100 times, but I'll explain it again for those of you that are just tuning into the channel. I target level to level here, these gray boxes that you see. I'm a support and resistance trader. So I look at the higher time frames. I look at where price has either supported or rejected prior. And I mark those areas on my charts. And I usually trade level to level because the market likes to wave to these levels, right? Does it always work out that way? No, it definitely doesn't. But in general, it works out that way. So I've tried to just simplify my trading as much as possible. That's why you see the clean charts. There's not much there. You know, I have pivots on my chart. I have floor trader pivots on my charts, and I have support and resistance levels. I use volume profile a little bit. I have the DOM surface over here, or what some people call bookmap. Yeah, cheers, Karam. Trendline break investors. Are you still short investors? Are you in micro positions? Is that what's going on? Okay. Armando, so I have a top-down approach. So I start on the 4-hour, and I work my way down to the 1 hour, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, and then I generally like to execute on the 5-minute. But I mark the levels where price is tested from above and below a certain price a lot. So, i.e. a lot of wicks on the higher time frames from both the bottom side and the top side. I'll put a line on my charts on those higher time frames. And then the 20-point levels that you see here on NQ kind of define my risk. On ES, the levels are like anywhere from 3 to 5 points of risk. YM, they're like 40 points. But I like to use them to define my risk and my trade setups, right? Ideally, longs, I want to be executing from the top side of these levels with stop at or below the bottom extreme, vice versa on the short side. Short sides, I want to be executing from the bottom extremes of these levels on rejections with the stop just at or above the top extreme. That's my basic strategy in a nutshell. Really simple, easy to follow, easily identifiable. Targets are well defined. The 3-minute chart. So guys, I messed around with a 2-minute chart for a while. Rather than the 1 minute. It kind of slowed down that quicker price action for me a little bit, but I still prefer to execute on the 5-minute. Yeah, Armando, those higher time frames, like key support and resistance levels, are really ideally where you want to be executing from. You know, those are kind of your swing position entries. But yeah, you're right. Those higher time frames are great. Can I repeat what I just explained, Armando? As far as my executions are concerned? Like how I define my risk and targets? Since like, roll back the video. 1, 3, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour. Okay. You do that when there's something you want to hear again. Okay. Armando, okay, so my long positions are, I want to be entering at or around the top side of these gray boxes that you see, with my stop loss at or below the bottom level of these extremes, or this bottom extreme down here, and vice versa to the short side. My short positions, I want to be entering at or around the bottom extreme, with the stop at or around the top extreme. And then my targets are generally level to level. So if I'm long, say I was long from 23,020, my target would be 23,110. Short side, if I was short from 23K, my target would ideally be 22,920. Obviously, there's points of interest in between there that I would be watching, but that's kind of the simplified version of my trading strategy. Brad, and cover those gray boxes again. I know, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm on repeat a lot, but there's new people here, so I'm gonna be kind to them. I mean, we all remember how it was as a beginning trader, getting into most streams and just being yelled at or made feel stupid. I don't want anybody to feel that way here. So I'm going to answer everybody's questions, no matter how many times I'm going to repeat myself. Need to create a FAQ section. Yeah, Pyder, I guess what I need to do is just create, like, they don't necessarily need to be like long form videos, but just simple strategy videos. They could even be shorts that I could link, you know, for a reference. Like, hey, here's the link in the chat. Go click this link and you can go watch it real quick. Copter. For $99, Knox says. Nah. No. Wiccan retest review, please, Tim says. Am I gonna jump and scream? No, I'm not. I'm not ever gonna freak out on the chat, man. You got, like, look, I appreciate everybody that tunes into this stream. Man, every single person here means something. And you all deserve to have your questions answered. You're the reason why any channel that exists succeeds or fails. Armando, yeah, it generally works out. The people in the chat that have the blue names or green names next to them, they all have access to my pre-market trading plans, so they kind of know what I'm looking at and going to get into a trade, and they can tell you if my trades work out or not pretty frequently. They see what I'm getting into every single morning. Where'd I go for the heat map? So it's a part of my trading platform. It's built into Quant Tower. But the way that I hold, Armando, is I've just a lot of chart time. You know, a lot of faith. It's not always easy to hold level to level because that is a long period of time a lot. But oftentimes you'll get moves like this where it's pretty much just straight level to level, right? Like there's no reason if you were short from this 23,110 area, or even 23,100 if you wanted to take the psych level, that you're getting out of this position. Like there's zero pullback here. So, I mean, that's a 100-point trade, you know? And really it just takes one of those a week and you're set. So I've learned to kind of trust it. and just kind of let it play out. Obviously trailing my stop appropriately. And if I get taken out, I get taken out. But it's just a lot of chart time and a lot of practice that kind of forces you to trust it almost. What's up, Coach? How are you? Yeah, Karam, I'm not good with the scalping. Andy Burn, there was a stream you were on last week. Price never moves in a straight line. It dumped in a straight line. Yeah. But you'll know, I mean, you guys will even notice, even on like high impact news events like FOMC or CPI, or, you know, when the market moves drastically, inevitably it's going to move into a support and resistance level, and that's where it's going to reverse, right? Almost always what happens is it wicks into one of these gray boxes that you see, and unless we're at all-time highs, right, then it's a little iffy. But it almost always wicks into one of these boxes and reverses. Hey, Mr. Longshorts, appreciate you. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, Knox, it's almost always. I don't trade news like that, right? I don't necessarily trade news like that, but I have noticed it a lot of the time. Enough to matter. And it does that because that's where volume's resting, right? Like, that's where large orders are generally resting, or at these areas. Megamind. Famous last words, brother. Famous last words. Long looks worth taking. Not gonna lie. As we chop out in a 10-point range for the next half an hour. I mean, it's 10:30 right now, right? Oh, yeah. 100% Knox. 100%. Yeah, like, I'm here to tell you what the things that I've seen in my observations in the market, guys. It's not going to be a signals channel. It's not like, hey, copy my trades, you will make money. I'm not selling you a course. I'm not selling you a mentorship. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt, but you know, when you're watching your charts, if there's something that I've said that resonates with you that you can implement into your own trading and your own strategy, good. Then I've done my job. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know everything. I don't know all the answers. I'm not the world's best trader. But I do know a few things. And I know what's worked for me, and that I can explain to you. There's going to be some things that I can't. I said that earlier. Yeah, I'm sure I said a lot of things earlier, Brad. Yeah, Sito, this is Quant Tower. Obviously, I have it customized. That like I have a personalized theme set up. I've set it up this way myself. It doesn't look like this when you download it. You do have to change, you know, the color schemes and stuff like that. But if you have Quant Tower and you like the way that my charts look, my setup looks, I can send you over the CSS. Just DM me on Discord, and I'll get you that CSS file. Oh, 100% Knox. 100%. Yeah, my strategy might not work for some other people. They might not have the patience to wait it out. You know, everybody's got to find what works for them. What is expectancy of my strategy, Nate? It varies. The expectancy always varies. What's up, Sean? Welcome. Jack, if I go to I tried the play from this area, Jack, earlier. I took a loss. I took a 15-point loss. So I'm not interested in trading this area again yet. What's up, Fletcher? Nate, my expectancy should be the same. Oh, you mean like percentage wins. Win rate is what you're talking about. Not necessarily expectancy. I'm at like 73% overall, but it's a lot of break evens. Average dollar win on my winners versus average loss. My average loss is around $300 to $400, and then my average winner is usually because of break evens, it's jaded. But I want to say like 40 to 50 points minimum. Jack, I used to live in Detroit. But yes, I am a Lions fan. Detroit Pro Sports. So I'm a Lions, Tigers, Red Wings. But yeah, I grew up in Detroit, north of Detroit. Yeah, Knox. It's tough being a fan of perennial losers. Like they've been good recently, right? But it's hard being a fan of a team that's never been to a Super Bowl. It's tough. It's tough. Oh, Coho, you're right. Like win rate doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've seen traders that have a 30% win rate. That are profitable, that are highly profitable. You know, it's just their risk management is really good. They're not taking any really big losses, and they're letting their winners run. You live near Toledo, Jack? Nice. North of Detroit, like Oakland County, like 29 Mile. Rochester Hills, to be exact. Windsor's in Canada. Where should you ask for the link? What do you mean by the link, Cito? Oh, Knox. Yeah, I lived in Rochester Hills. I graduated from Rochester Adams High School. Oh, you joined the Discord? Okay. Okay. Nice. Oh, for the layout. Okay, just DM me on Discord. I'll send it to you after the stream. I'll send you over the CSS file. And then you can just download it and put it into your Quantower file. I'll give you the path for your PC and everything. And then you just have to put that file in the Quantower folder. Armando, it's usually 1 to 3 minis, depending upon how confident I am in the position. Oh, nice, Knox. Nice. Yeah, Oakland University was 5 minutes from my house. Yeah, cheers, Tito. Yeah, like I said, just DM me and I'll send you that file. Yeah, Knox, it's a small world. Small world. Jorge, I've been trading for 4 years. A little over 4 years now. Oh, Knox, I've lived all over. I've lived all over. After Michigan, I moved to Chicago. And I lived in Chicago for a period of time, and then I lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and now I live in Kentucky. But yes, jobs. Copter, I'm not taking sides. I am not taking sides in this one. Melvin, my biggest win ever. My biggest win ever. It was 18,000, a little over 18,000 in one trade, but it was dumb. It was dumb. I was way over leveraged. I got lucky. Hey, later, Pieter. Yeah, I mean, we're just chopping, guys. We're just chopping. There's nothing to do just yet. If you're in a position, great. Hold on to it, but we're not doing anything right now. Yeah, Sean. Stop losses and over trading. Yeah, that's generally most people's downfall, is not having the patience to wait for price to come to them. You know, they see the market moving and then they chase it. You know, that's the biggest problem. People can be really good traders, but if they're clicking the button too much, that's a recipe for disaster. Um, let's see. But you're not alone, Jack. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people here that have done. I've done that. Like, you're not alone. We've all been in that position for sure. Relaxing Studio. Do you trade in the mornings as well? I do trade. I don't live stream during RTH. I only live stream during Globex sessions. Oh, nice, Knox. Nice. Nice. GG's. Hey, that's a big trade. That's a big trade. Mine was on NQ futures. It was price. It was in one of those times where it was a bull run, but every market open. Like when I started trading, guys, it was a little bit easier than the market is currently. It was right after COVID, so we were in this massive bull run recovery after COVID, and every single market open was an initial sell-off into a major support or resistance area. Price would always support, and then it would fully retrace and V-bottom, right? And I saw this happen on 3 straight days, so I was like, well, shoot. Let's get into one at the top end of one of my boxes. Let's get into one mini. And then I saw price go against me a little bit and hold down in this area. And as price was coming back up, I added 4 more contracts. And was 5 minis long. And the thing ran like it ran forever. I could have held on even longer, but I took 18K and was happy with it. But yeah, it was not a comfortable trade. I am Electra because, listen, guys, all-time high trading is very, very difficult. I realize we're not at all-time highs currently. We're 200 points below it. We hit new all-time highs last night and this morning. But all-time high trading is very, very difficult. It's a lot harder than when you're trading in areas that price has tested a lot before, right? Like the reads are a lot harder. Nobody knows when the top is going to come in. The top could be in already up there at 23,200, but it also might not be. We could go to 24K before we get any kind of pullback. There's no saying when the market's going to turn around and pull back on us. Like I've traded all-time highs. This is the third time I've been trading all-time highs in my trading journey. And both the prior times, I've been that trader that said, hey, I'm going to try and short tops and just gotten completely ran over. I have decided that I'm not going to be that trader again this time around. Any short position that I'm going to get into, I am going to have a tight stop. When the pullback happened, was it news related? No, Electra, it really wasn't. It really wasn't news related. It just kind of made the turn. Sean, we need another 150 point pump. Yeah, I don't know that that's happening. We do have Jensen talking in about an hour and a half, so an hour and 20 minutes, guys. So if you're still trading in an hour and 20 minutes, just be on alert. NVIDIA's CEO is talking, so that could provide some volatility into the market. Yeah, Daniel, trying to long tops as well. It's hard trading. It's hard trading. So the smart trader waits for the pullback, right? They just sit this time out because majority of profitable traders, I would say, make the bulk of their money on 30 to 60 trading days out of the year, The majority of their money they make on 30 to 60 trading days out of the year. The rest of the time, they're just trying to make either small gains or break even. Tommy's like, perfect. Have an hour and 20 to get down to 62, 69 and then run back to highs. Yeah, Sean, I have Top Step. This is Top Step right now. This chart that you're seeing, actually. I don't have Top Step X. And unfortunately, if you're signing up for new evaluations with Top Step, you will have to trade on Top Step X. I think you can still trade on Quant Tower, but it's going to be on the Project X platform. Yeah, Megamind. So like if you sign up for new evaluations, so if you had current standing accounts, you can still trade on those old accounts. But any new evaluation or new account that's created, you have to trade on the Project X platform. Melvin, how many prop firms do I use? I currently use 4. So I use Top Step, I use My Funded Futures, I use Take Profit Trader, and I use Lucid is the newest one that I've tried out. I just recently passed the evaluation on Lucid, so I can't really say a whole lot about them. The one nice feature that they do have that the others don't is they offer, once you're in the live account with them, to the ability to hold swing positions. All the other props that I know of don't allow that. But they're very limited on the platforms that you can trade on. Currently, I believe you can only trade on Quant Tower, Motive Wave, and I want to say Trade-Evate is new. But that is a nice feature, but they are brand new. Like literally maybe 3 months old. Looking for 22,980 investors. Yeah, I mean, I hope you get the sweep down. I just don't know what to expect here. Hey, Lee. Yeah, I am a full-time trader. It's gonna do it, Investar says. Yeah, Daniel, this isn't ideal. It's chopping. Price is chopping. Music went off again? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my music. Let's update this. I don't know what's going on. This playlist keeps freezing on me. Do I trade? Yeah, Lee. So all my accounts, all the accounts that you see are funded. I don't have any evaluations going currently. Yeah, I'm not expecting much either, Knox. I mean, I hope for the guys' sakes that are price action. Yeah, it's kind of a combination of price action, order flow, and support and resistance. It's a combination of those three. I thought when you said PA, you meant like performance account, like you were trading with Apex or something like that. Sorry, I misunderstood. But yeah, it's a combination. Knox, I'm with you. There's no reason for me to... Yeah, Steve, like I like what Lucid is saying, right? I just haven't they haven't been around long enough for me to like say, "Hey, yeah, this is great." I hope everything that they're saying is how it's going to be, for sure. Oh, Lee. Yeah. Okay, so the two guys, and they both sell mentorships or courses. I'm not going to recommend that you purchase the mentorships or courses or go that route, because there's plenty of free education on the internet. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars in order to learn. Obviously, my live streams are a good place to learn. There's lots of good traders in the chat. Any questions that you have, if I can answer them, I'll answer them. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. But there's a high likelihood that somebody in our chat does know the answer. Secondly, on YouTube, the two guys that I learned a lot from are Carmine Rosado and Vincent Desiano. Those are the two that knew what they were talking about, that explained things simple enough for pretty much everybody to understand. And they have a lot of good videos out there for free. Justin Werline is good too. Yeah, Tommy, I've never seen anything from him. For the past 2 months, I've been having issues after passing the eval in 5 days, lost the funded account in 2 days. Any recommendation? What am I reading right now? You just saw hybrid pigeon chickens you think the scientists made, or a chicken probably had pigeons. Chickens with a pigeon. Okay. Cito, so I have my long-term portfolio. I'm not into any like individual stocks. It's just a broad IRA. I have an IRA and I have a Roth IRA. Both are with Vanguard. Yeah, Lee, I'm not an ICT trader, right? I'm not an ICT trader. And what you're going to find in your education is that those setups, he's been a brilliant marketer, right? The things that he's explaining are already built into the market itself. He's just thrown a name on it. So other people will explain similar concepts or similar patterns in the market or similar trade setups. They just call it something else. But he's brilliant. He's picked a name, thrown in some lingo on there, and people have flocked to it. It's crazy. There's a setup everywhere on the charts for that man. It's insane. It's insanity. Okay, so Armando, you lost the funded account in 2 days. Any recommendations? Well, that probably means, like Jack says there, you're probably either over trading or your risk management is lacking, right? I would say when you get to the funded size way down, like 2 micros, 3 micros, rather than trading the minis. Flow state, I confused thee. Yeah, like I would look into properly identifying key support and resistance, aka supply and demand areas. Learn how to properly locate those areas on your chart, and I think that will really narrow and kind of refine your entries. Nice, Tim. GG's. Yeah, cheers, Lee. Yeah, just size down. You know, it's like it's you're just over leveraged. At the end of the day, trading is a risk management game. Like we said prior in this, like earlier in this stream, there's lots of traders out there who only have a 30% win rate and are highly profitable. But it's because they're executing in the right areas. They know when they're wrong relatively quickly, and they cut their losses short and they allow their winners to run. I think you'll be surprised how quickly you can build an account even off 1 or 2 micros. Like the account builds very, very fast. And before you know it, you'll be trading 5 micros, and then before you know it, you'll be trading a mini. You're not far off. Yeah, Tommy, that's about right. Yeah, I would say starting out those, like if you're on one of the smaller account sizes, of course, where you don't have the drawdown, I would say set a max daily loss limit at $300 initially at most, you know, and then work on your sizing based on that. Like say, hey, I'm going to give myself 3 trades and I'm going to give myself $300 in drawdown. And if I hit that $300 in drawdown within those 3 trades, I'm done for the day, right? I'll come back tomorrow when I've reset. I'm clearly not seeing the market correctly. Yeah, those numbers are perfectly fine, Lee. Yeah, Cripwalk, 1 mini is too much. Until you have a big enough buffer on your account, there's 0 reason to trade a mini. Right? I realize there's the lure of making quick money. You know, a 50-point move on the NQ with 1 mini is $1,000. But you could do that all the same with micros. But like Cripwalk says, it allows you to practice your scaling if you start smaller. Yep, exactly, Tommy. Yeah, there's days where we're not going to see it correctly, right? Like we're just not going to feel the market. It's going to not be doing what we want it to, and we're going to be wrong. Got to know when to. What's up, Rodro? How are you? You got to know when to step away. Got to know when to call it quits. Yeah, Jack. Or on the flip side, yeah, if you hit a really big winner, and it goes to your full take profit, yeah, call it a day there. End on a good note as well. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Yeah, I think we get so lost in the numbers, right? So I don't want to say jaded, but just like blinded by the numbers because we see such big numbers every day, and that's kind of the problem with the influencer trader space because they're all copy trading 20 accounts, and anybody new that's coming into the space is seeing these massive numbers and thinking that that's possible every day, and that's just not the reality, guys. It's just not. Like if you're a real trader, you're trading one account and you're slowly building it. Those influencers that you're seeing have accounts lined up behind them because the props are affording them that, because they're generating a bunch of business to the props. So they're trading unemotionally, gambling almost. Yeah, it's the downside of what's happening in the trading space right now. Hey, thanks for the sub, Parwander. Appreciate you. Yeah, Sean. I mean that's probably accurate. Yeah, Coho. I mean, guys like that. I mean, they're in contracts for like seven-figure contracts with these props. Like massive, massive paydays. And then that's just like probably like a contract signing. That's not even including affiliate commissions that they're receiving. Oh, cheers, best DJ. Appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, I'm not one of these super high-strung influencer streamer guys. I'm one of you. It's as simple as that. I'm one of you. I'm an average dude. SH, do I use a copy trader or trade separate? So SH, I don't copy trade any of my accounts ever. I trade them all individually. I mean, Megamind, don't get me wrong, right? They come at me with a seven-figure signing bonus. That's going to be hard to turn down. I don't blame any of them for doing what they do. You gotta. Yeah, you average white boy. I am the average dude. I don't blame any of them for doing what they're doing, right? Like they're setting up their family for generations. That's generational wealth that they have. I don't blame any of them for doing what they're doing. You got to respect the hustle. So I don't hate on any of them for doing it, but unfortunately, there is a downside to that as well, and it's that newer traders that are trying to actually learn how to trade and be successful in trading are not learning what they need to learn, right? They're not being shown what they need to. They're just seeing large dollar signs and saying this is possible. Just buy this, buy 20 accounts with a prop firm that begins with A and go. So yeah, it's the downside to the influencer trader space. "15-minute gap." What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. Wow. Chat brought it again tonight, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What are we at? We're almost at 2 point. Wow, we're at 2,229 subs right now, guys. Unbelievable ride my channel's been on recently. I can't thank you all enough. Thanks for the sub, LNL. Appreciate you. When did I start streaming? So, Electra, I started streaming a year ago. My YouTube channel, I think, is 1 year old. 1 year old to the day yesterday. So I want to say I started streaming maybe late July last year. Yeah, like late July last year was probably when we did our first live stream. Up until about 2 months ago, really up until a month ago, I had 600 subscribers. And I was getting, I don't know, 70 views on my live streams total. You know, 15 concurrent viewers. Now we're averaging over 200, 250 most nights. And over 2K views on the channel. But it's strictly because I started streaming during the nighttime rather than streaming during RTH. Yeah, it's been an unreal ride. I don't know what the ceiling is for the channel. I don't know what to expect anymore. I never expected it to be here. Never expected to be where we're at right now. Oh, cheers, Sid. No, thank you guys for showing up each and every night. You know, you're the reason why the channel's seeing all the success. Without you, none of it's possible. You know, it's the thumbs up, it's the activity in the chat, it's the engagement, it's your guys' love and support. That's why everything's happening. So I can't thank you enough. Yeah, Jack, if you pass all 20 accounts, you need $3,000 to go to perform. Yeah, that's right. And what's going to happen when they go to PAs? If you're a new trader, you're going to blow it. You know? And you might even, in some cases, blow it up positive. Which is even more ridiculous with that intraday trailing. Like, you could technically fail your account with a positive account balance, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's ruining lives. Let's put it that way. It's ruining some people's lives because they're chasing that golden nugget that is out there. It's awful. It's awful. Well, guys, I'm probably going to call it for the night there. It's 11 o'clock my time. I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight. Thanks for the chat, guys. It's amazing every night. I have such a good time hanging out with you. The growth in the channel's been amazing recently. I can't thank you all enough. I'm finishing the night down $290 on one trade, one loser. I will be back tomorrow night for another Globex stream starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. Feel free to come and hang out again. You guys are the rock stars here, like I've said before. I can't thank you enough for this ride, and I have a good time every night. But enjoy the rest of your night. Trade safe. It's staying in this range for probably at least another hour. Jensen does speak in an hour, so just keep that in mind if you're still trading. Enjoy your night. Trade safe tomorrow as well, and I will see you tomorrow evening for another stream. Peace.